Hey everybody, welcome to a state final special edition of The Final Score. I'm Nick Walters. Hot Springs was popping all weekend with dramatic finishes. Most of last year's finals were canceled, so I guess 2021 had to make up for lost time. We'll take a look at all 12 games, 6A down to 1A, boys and girls, newly crowned champs in Central Arkansas, and teams who hail from elsewhere in the state. So much to get to, so hold on to your seats. We tip it off with a battle between Razorback recruits in the 4A title game. Welcome back to OZK Arena for the final day of the high school state championships. In 4A boys, it's the matchup high school fans and Hog fans have been waiting to see. Mills versus Morrilton. Razorback target Javion Guy King facing Hogs commit Joseph Pinion.
1, 2, 3,
First quarter, the 6'6 guard Guy King goes cross court, balances, hits. Pinion's turn. The 6'6 forward down low, gets it to go. Pinion again, crossover, pull up, bucket. Guy King on the baseline, hesitates, surprise shot, swish. Mills up by 1 after the first. Henry Cowles, the 6'10 big man on the block, has a basket. Final seconds of the half. Guy King drives, strong with the ball and good for 2. That knots things up at 19 entering the locker rooms. Pinion starts off by putting Morrilton ahead. Jakari Livingston punches back with a reverse. And Guy King with the head of steam draws the whistle, earns a trip to the stripe. Close game. Pinion on a fast break, lays it in. On the other end, Pinion stuffs it. Ball going the other way. It ends up with the man who blocked it to finish the job. Darius Allison jumps and has a hard fall. Foul called, and it's a 3-point play. Devil Dogs up by 6 late in the third, but the Comets get to work. A steal, and Jakari Livingston takes flight. Guy King from downtown makes it rain. Morrilton up by 3 heading into the final frame. Livingston drives, contact, and gets it to go. Livingston taking over, this time making Spa City Lob City. Livingston had a comet tail on that oop. Mills up by 3 with a minute to go. Pinion takes off for the rim and scores. We have drama. But Guy King cools it down, hitting a pair of clutch free throws. Time winding down. Devil Dogs need a 3. This is the game. Pinion at the top of the key, lets it fly for OT, and it's off. The defending co-champ Mills says, make that outright state champ, topping Morrilton 49-46. The Comets have now made 5 straight state championships and won 3 in the last 4 years. The 4A Power adds another to the trophy case and adds another reason to celebrate.
I love y'all, man. Love you too.
I've been teasing them all year, calling them the paper champions because we didn't win the championship on the court. So, when they have practices, I would throw that in there, and I know it got under their skin. So I'm sure they were glad to get that monkey off the back.
It feels great. We battled up so much this season. When we had COVID, we had to sit out for so long, and everything, practices. It's been a lot, but it all paid off.
We just made history. Back to back. It feels real good. And I know Mills gonna celebrate this for a long time, probably.
Those two have stepped up in big moments all year long. In the second half, they just kept making play after play after play.
We came together as a team. We said we're not gonna lose this. We're just not gonna lose it. We fought back, got back in it as a team, and we won it. And when that free throws at the end of the game, coach told me knee down, ball up, money, and smiled at me. So follow what he did, and it was straight money.
Man, it feels so good, man. The fact that I got my last ring with my boys, man, I'm gonna miss them. They gave it all on the court tonight, and I did too.
Man, these guys have, they've gone through a lot together, and then this year with all the craziness this year, and last year we didn't get to play. These guys really bonded together. And, we went through a lot of injuries at the beginning of the season. Kids look at rankings and they're like, oh man, we can't believe that we're ranked as low as we are. So that was part of the motivation also. They really just stuck together and stuck with it, and like this game was, we overcame a lot of adversity, and in the end it was just sticking to it.
Big congrats to those Comets. Now it's time for a game that's not local, but man, it was too good not to have this early in the show. The 2A title game was a downright thriller. It's day 2 of the state championships in Hot Springs, and we had a heck of a game in store for 2A boys. Caddo Hills and Mariana Lee in a finish for the memory books. Those Caddo Hill Indians are up by 7 entering the 4th, an effort led by Connor Kincannon. Trojans start marching back. Louisiana Tech signee Taryn Williams has himself an and-one basket. Cameron Brister with the 3, nothing but nylon. Brister again from the same spot, same result. But Kincannon on the jumper is good. Matt Turner under the basket, scores. Caddo Hill's up by 3 with 4 minutes to go, but Lee County isn't going away. Jamarion Westbrook with a baseline tray. Tie ball game with under 2 minutes to go. A Trojan rebound is poked loose. Ball saved. It lands with Trace Young for the huge score. Caddo Hill's up by 2 with 10 seconds on the clock. Time winding down on Lee's season. Their pass is ricocheted. Kelvin Bowers has it. Beats the buzzer. State's going to OT. Teams going back and forth. Kincannon lays it in and gets it to go with a trip to the stripe. Next drive, Westbrook answers. But with 20 seconds left, Caddo Hills is up by 3. Lee County with no answer this time, turning it over. But on the ensuing inbound, a whistle for charging. The clock reads 10 seconds. Tick-tock. Williams at the buzzer. Bullseye. Ice in his veins. Williams saves the season and sends us to double overtime.
I just told myself with confidence I gotta take the shot, the last shot, because I'm the team player that they had faith in me, so I took the shot.
Then the senior takes over this game. Driving, draws contact, bucket. On the run again, breaking ankles, a fake out pass to Westbrook for another 3-point play. Trojans on a roll, up by 6. Indians trying to cut that deficit. Kincannon from downtown hits. But in the final minute, Taryn Williams unleashes the beast. Watch out. Lee County loves it, and wait, there's more. Ball back to Williams for the flush. What beats 2 slams to take state? Try 3. In the waning seconds, an exclamation point. Williams puts the team on his back with 17 points, 9 in the second overtime, leading Lee County to a 62-55 win and a 2A state title. It's party time.
It was very important. The community needed this win. My team needed this win. It was just a whole city thing. Everybody been wanting us to win state because it's been a long time. So it was for the community. It's gonna be a lot. We won in good fashion. Our names are gonna be in the history books. I remember how we fought, how we waited to the end. We didn't give up on each other, and we just stuck to the end. This team, this city, been having a lot of ups and downs in basketball. So yeah, so the city, everybody gonna be out for a couple of days.
Talk about an instant classic. That finish ranks among the best we've ever seen in a state championship. Mayflower girls took home the 3A title. The boys try to do the same against Harding Academy. The boys could bring a second trophy back home. It'll have to go through Harding Academy in the 3A boys final, but not so fast. Down 8 points at the end of the third quarter, no problem. The Wildcats come back. Football star Caden Sipe shines on the hardwood, and Harding Academy goes on to beat Mayflower 42-38, winning their second 3A state title this year, first in football, now in hoops.
Our girls won, we got one too, bro.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
For 5A, we start off with the boys. Maumelle and Jonesboro going at it. The Hurricanes are on fire early. Maumelle in a 16-point hole, but later in the fourth, they're down by only 6. This and one by Riley Wade helps. Jonesboro keeps holding on to that lead, though. A Kevin McBride lay-in. Raspberry with the move that's sweeter than fruit. McBride from deep this time. Boom. And Nico Davalier, the Razorbacks football target down low, has a bucket. It goes down to the final 2 seconds. Maumelle trails by 2. On the inbound, no good shot, and it's off. The Hurricanes hold off the Hornets to win 58-56, and the 5A state title belongs to Jonesboro. And that wasn't the only trophy hoisted by Jonesboro tonight. The Lady Hurricanes also took home the 5A title, beating West Memphis 47-39. Now shifting to Class 1A, for the boys, it's Greers Ferry Westside and Viola vying for a title. Westside gave Viola fits early, but it was the Longhorns pulling away in the second half to pull off a 62-47 win. Dogpile time. Harding Academy is a powerhouse in all sports, and how about Jonesboro with the sweep? Right after the break, North Little Rock's head coach joins us in studio so we can talk about a dramatic 6A state championship. Stay here. Welcome back to the final score for our state final special, wrapping up all of this weekend's action in Hot Springs. Joining us now in studio is the state champion North Little Rock head coach Johnny Rice, fresh off their win over Central. Johnny, how you doing, man?
Oh, it can't be much better than winning a state championship.
So Thursday's 6A state championship was a doozy. Razorback targets, a dramatic comeback. Check out how it all went down. State championship, longtime rivals Central and North Little Rock. Razorbacks targets Bryson Warren and Kalel Ware with a title on the line. The Tigers start off by doing their thing downtown. Cody Robinson says bullseye, and Corey Camper is on the money. Warren says alley, Camper says oop. 4 minutes in, Central already up by 10, but NLR ain't going away that easy. Ware inside draws the foul for an and one, throwing it up again to the 7-footer, bucket. Warren trying to get in his groove, knocks down the deuce. Central up by 8 after 1 quarter, but the charging Wildcats keep on coming. Keelan Jackson on the floater is good. On the other end, intercepted. Tracy Steele has open court, and watch out below. Moments later, Ware inside for a flush. DJ Smith drives, steps back, and gets it to go. Smith goes for the rim, puts it up, and it finds its way through. Tie ball game, but Warren has a putback. Central leads by 2 at half. North Little Rock doesn't let up the gas. Steele with a double clutch, scores. DJ Smith strips it, goes full court for the lefty lay-in. Steele goes left, hops for an off-balance shot, hits it anyways. Central's too good to be run over, though. Robinson drills a 3, Cream Cotton. He says, I can do that too. Central's up by just a point entering the final quarter, and that's when the charging Wildcats start cooking. Smith splits defenders and goes free to take the lead. Smith drives right, adjusts, extends their lead. Ball to Ware down low, whistle, basket, 3-point play. Ware tussles for ball control, misses a shot, but that wingspan comes in handy. NLR up by 10 with 2 minutes to go. They can feel it coming, and so can the student section. Central trying to pull a miracle, but it's rejected. There's your nail for the coffin, and Coel's got the hammer. Clock hit zeros, and there you have it. North Little Rock rallies late to stun Central 65-55, earning their 5th title in the last 8 years. Coel Ware finishes with 19 points, 8 boards, and an MVP award.
What I tell you?
It feels great. We worked so hard just to get to this moment, and we did it. The seniors can leave with a ring. So even if they have kids, they can go home and tell their kids they won. It was so much at stake, so I just had to dominate. They're going to be like, that's the kid that won state for his team. All of us played a part in this, so it's not just me. It mean the world to me. Hopefully we can do the same thing next year.
Coach, a state championship win from North Little Rock, your 5th in 9 years. You've had some time to decompress, just about 3 days now, but how does it feel, man?
Oh, it feels unreal. I think the biggest thing is you see how your team buys in, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks. They bought into winning, and what would it take for us to win, and some sacrifices that some guys made on their own to build, is thinking that they got to go score points, they got to do this, or someone step up and play defense. It was unreal. That was the most satisfying thing as a coaching staff, was to see them accept those roles and buy in, and the sacrifices they made to win it. And man, the unbelievable effort that we had Thursday afternoon.
And Coach, let's talk about Coel Ware, the 7-footer, the game MVP, the guy who really led you guys to a state title down this stretch. So Razorbacks offer, more coming. He's only a junior going into his senior year. How good is he?
Oh, he can be a pro. I mean, there's no doubt. There's not very many people that are 7 foot tall that can do the things he does. And when he's engaged and his motor is running and he's really active, we're really good. And I've been telling him that all year, because the games that he would play like that, I thought we were the best team in the state. And the man that the last month and really the last 3 weeks, he really did that, and that was the difference. But also that the kids knew that, his teammates knew that. And if you saw how we played, if you watched the game Thursday, you see our game plan was to get that ball to him, and we did it. Sometimes we kind of forced it a little bit, but I'd rather us force it and really try to stay with that plan. And man, he really did. He come out, playing hard, and it was really the difference.
Coach, I don't know if it comes as a surprise to you, but 5 state championships in 9 years is not the norm in high school sports. What makes it so different at NLR?
Well, I mean, I'm a North Little Rock guy. I grew up there, and all my coaching career was there, and all the way from middle school to junior high to being a high school assistant to taking it over in 9 years. You put more pressure on yourself as being a hometown guy, I think, because you want to do so well. And but really those first 3 years, in 13, 14, and 15, we won those. But I had Kayvon Allen, Deshaun Watkins, Anton Beard, KJ Hill, had some great players that to really kind of set that cornerstone or that foundation for what we've built. And those kids, the kids I've got now, they wasn't very old back in 13, but they knew that, and they know those guys, and it's just so special to to continue to do that. And one thing is this year being my 9th year and us winning it is that if you spent 3 years in our program, as of right now, you've won a ring. That right there meant a lot to me.
Awesome. Coach, last one for you. You talk about special. What's really special is having this state championship in the first place. Last year's being canceled. What made that so special for the entire event? And of course, there are so many games that went down to the wire, dramatic finishes. So such a fun event for everybody. What does that mean to even have it this year after last year? Oh,
I can remember in August, we would always watching the governor's his press conferences every time. We'd always hear him, hey, he's going to talk about athletics this year, this time, and what's going to happen. And, really didn't think that we would have sports at all. We didn't think we'd have any in-person school at all. And then to go where we did that, we had football, but then basketball was still in question because it's an indoor sport. And I know the health officials were really leery about certain things with that. And so being able to have the season, start the season. We had a little hiccup there in early December where we were all quarantined and caught it, and then be able to get through over that. And man, it went from didn't think we'd have anything to winning a state championship was, man, it's just on both sides of the spectrum. It's so cool.
That's awesome, Coach. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations on a state championship win. Coming up after the break, it's go time for the girls. Catch more state finals highlights and a local team making history. Stay here.
On Fox 16.
Welcome back to the Final Score. It's our state finals special, recapping this weekend's action in Hot Springs. All right, boys down. Next up, it's the ladies. And why don't we start off with some history in 3A. Mayflower girls look to win the school's first ever state title. And we head to 3A. Mayflower girls have the chance to win the school's first ever basketball state title. They'll have to go against Center Point. Tied at 27 with time ticking, Kiera Fulton with the no-look pass. Her sister, Bracayla Davis, calls game. The Eagles win the 3A state final and make history in style.
I kept telling them in timeouts, this is what you live for. Kids don't get to experience this. We were down 2 with whatever, up 2. I'm like, hey, this is it. This is it. So still a little surreal. I say it all the time, extremely proud of my kids, man. Nobody deserved that more than them.
Puts expectations on Mayflower. We weren't even heard of. It was kind of like, who's Mayflower before this? And that was kind of annoying. None of us liked that. And last year, losing in the semis put a chip on our shoulders.
Reputation, what we done now is increasing. We got a name from Mayflower instead of where it was last year. So now we have everybody looking at Mayflower and everybody tuning in girls basketball in particular. So that's an amazing thing to do.
Last year we set a goal when us 3 moved here from Conway. We had a goal to win a state championship, and 2 years later we're here. So I was overwhelmed, happy, sadness, my last high school game, but we ended it on a good note.
Oh boy, big congrats to the Mayflower girls. Now let's check out the other action with the girls game, starting off with 6A and a Razorback signee. Wild one in 6A girls. Northside versus Fayetteville. Tied at 40 with a minute to go. Tracy Burschers puts her shot back up and puts Northside on top. Razorback signee Georgie Wolfenbarger gets fouled out. We head to OT. Cassidy Ward from 3 in double OT. Close game late, and Heidi-Anna Relaford cuts for the basket and swings the lead to Northside. Grizzlies up by 1 with 9 seconds left. The Fayetteville pass is off mark. Time winds down, and that will do it. Northside wins their 8th program state title, and Wolfenbarger heads to Arkansas as a champion. Finishing up your high school career with the state championship. How does that sound, a state championship to finish it off?
It's so surreal, like it's something you work for throughout the year, and it's something that you dream about, and then when it happens, as much adversity as we had to face to win, to pull it off, I'm super, super thankful, and I could have wrote it better. Just being in my teammates' arms, at first I was nervous. I felt like I let my teammates down being fouled out. I should have been smarter there, but just to see them push through and fight for me, I'm just thankful to be a part of it. I'm just, I'm grateful that I chose a school that helped prepare me for the next level and, win some championships along the way. I can handle so much more adversity. I found my voice as a leader, and hopefully I get to take that with me to Arkansas.
And now going forward, how excited are you to be able to get to Arkansas?
I'm super excited, but right now I'm just worried about celebrating with my teammates.
How are you going to remember the 2021 season?
Just work ethic. I took my game to a different level, and I was able to adjust and adapt along with my growth. And not only did I feel like I grew physically and with my game, mentally I was stronger. And, I'm just, like I said, I'm super happy.
And to the ladies in 4A, Harrison has the late edge over Farmington. Those pre-made newspapers are looking like the right call now. Farmers trying to make a comeback. A crazy layup is in, but it's called back for a charge. Game MVP Alex Hill finished with 30 points, and here she is on an assist to Reese Ricketts. Harrison wins 68-54 to earn the school's first basketball title since '04. In 2A girls, it's Melbourne facing Salem. The two-time defending champ Bearcats seeking a three-peat, led by sophomore Razorbacks commit Jenna Lawrence. She'd score 10 as Melbourne gets the job done, pulling away in the fourth to win 55-34 and to go back-to-back-to-back. The Bearcats proving to be one of the best girl teams in the state and being here to stay. And in 1A girls, it's Rural Special versus Norfolk. Norfolk jumped to a lead, but Rural Special finished the game on a 14-2 run. Good to secure a 48-40 win. The Lady Rebels bring it home to Fox, Arkansas.
Folks, we've seen 12 court storms in this show, and they still don't get old. Coming up, we'll show you the play of the week in the state finals. We'll be right back. It's time for our play of the week. This might be cheating because it's more than just one play, but this all happened in succession. Taryn Williams drains a three to send the 2A state final into double overtime, and at the final minute, Williams puts the team on his back. 3 straight slams, the Louisiana Tech signee winning a championship for Mariana Lee. And that'll do it for our state finals special. Congrats to all the teams and all the athletes for all the fun in Hot Springs.